All right, never miss a comment. Check that out. All right, we're live. I think we're live right now.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. My name is Wayne.
I'm James.
I'm Bree.
And we're Dungeon Crate Live. Welcome to the show tonight. We got together to talk about a few things. Mainly, one, our main event that we've got coming up in April, the Quest at the Castle. We've got a D&D event going on. D&D event. We got an TTRPG event going on at Joslyn Castle right here in Omaha, Nebraska. If you are from the area, you're going to want to go to dungeoncrate.com and check it out. We've got all the details up there, but we're going to share more details with you today. And right now with me over here, James is one of our house DMs. James, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right. Well, tell me a little bit about why you're here and why you're involved in Dungeon Crate first off.
So I'm one of the dungeon masters who are going to be involved at the Quest of the Joslyn Castle, and I'm also one of the resident dungeon masters here at Dungeon Crate. And we're trying to kind of farm up a group of dungeon masters to really cater to the people that are coming here. So we are looking to add different games to the Dungeon Crate roster. We're looking to get as many people who are interested in coming here to play on weekends or weeknights, trying to give them a good, solid place to play their games. And I try to run games that are written in-house by you and Lori. So I always try to showcase, the very awesome world that you have created like that. And
you've got your own business with this too, right?
I do.
You do offer your services to other people.
I do. So I am part of Traveling Tales. I am the owner-operator, and that is a professional dungeon mastering service that can be hired to come and run games for you in your home, or can be hired to come here and run a game of the purchaser's choice. Basically, if you've ever not had a dungeon master but had a group of friends that all wanted to play, well, I'm perfect for that. Or if you have a dungeon master who is just sick and tired of being a dungeon master all the time,
wants to be a player once in a while.
Every dungeon master deserves to be a player of this game that we all love.
And in fact, you were wanting to do that too soon, right?
I would indeed do that. Maybe someday I'll get to take off my DM hat.
Yes, one day, but not tonight.
Not today.
Not today. Well, hey, so Bree, now you may recognize Bree too. If you've been in the store, you are working with Dungeon Crate. You work here too, and you also do a lot of the kids groups that we have. You bring your Gollum Forge crafting talents to the table every Sunday for our youth brigade. Brigade. So that is that happens from 2 to 4. Right, 2 to 4 on Sundays here at Dungeon Crate.
Yeah, they do like an hour D&D game, and then we do about an hour, 45 minutes of crafting. The kids just got done making like full 3D mimics.
Oh yeah, the mimics.
Really fun.
Yes.
Yeah, those are really cool.
So we get to provide the crafting materials for them and kind of walk them through their craft that they do. We've done a few of those too.
Yeah.
We've had mimics and painting days. We had
did
Dragon Eyes.
Pool noodles.
Pool noodle swords. We did that too. So lots of stuff going on. So that all leads into
another good aspect of that is that we have D&D games running at the same time, so that if you bring your kids in, you can have them doing the kids crafts while you go and play a round of D&D.
And we've got a few parents that are doing that right now. So we've got a pretty robust kids group as well as our tables. So it's fantastic. So
awesome.
Yeah, so if you want to come out and play a game, and it's free, so you can come out on Friday nights. This Friday night we do have a game, by the way. I was going to say.
I saw that.
We have a game. John, I forgot. Turkey Leg John is going to be running a game because he keeps wanting to have a game on Friday, and we haven't had a DM because we haven't had many takers. But now he's putting on one, so he's going to DM it. So you can get on that. If you want to register for any of our games, just go to dungeoncrate.com, click on the events tab, and then it'll have a listing of all of our events. And this Friday, we've got a Dungeon Club happening. We also have the Haunted Historic Tours. It's going to be happening Friday.
Ooh.
Haunted Historic Tours. Historic Haunted Tours.
That'll be downstairs, right?
Downstairs. They're having a class. I believe this one is Cryptids. Something to do with Cryptids. They had Bigfoot Wednesday.
Maybe it's Mothman.
Oh, maybe. They did Mothman one, right? They did one. Yeah, they totally did. So they do a thing downstairs too with classes that you can find them. And you can go and come to these kind of classes that they put on. on Wednesdays and Fridays. A lot of times it has something to do with paranormal, true crime, ghost stories, aliens, Bigfoot, things like that. But they do that down at in the basement here in the dungeon.
Yeah, it looks like Natalie mentioned her 12-year-old would love to do the pool noodles. So
Oh,
again,
yeah.
we should totally do that again.
All right.
Yeah, repeating crafts is.
Oh
All
yeah,
right.
we do that sometimes.
Yeah, thanks, Natalie. Yeah, and yeah, been to your games too as well. James always brings the fun stuff to the table.
Yeah.
I've been impressed every time. We've been doing some other things too. So not only can you come in on Fridays, but Saturdays and Sundays we do have games rolling too. You can come on in if we have enough DMs, we'll open up another table. But we do have one solid table of 7 at least that we can run, as well as others. And if you have a group that wants to come in and do a game and bring a DM and just have a table to be at, you can be right here. You can come to Dungeon Crate, use it as your clubhouse. We have got all the stuff for you, the minis, the terrain, the maps, everything you need.
Multiple tables.
Tons.
And
so
fellow nerds.
and lots of nerds. There's a lot of nerdery going on in here.
For sure.
So that brings us, so yeah, come in on the weekends, you're going to get your fill, especially for new people too. I did want to point that out. We are really catering to a lot of people that are just getting into D&D or getting into role-playing games in general. We run Shadow Dark games here too, which is what I'm kind of running all my stuff under. We've got 5th edition games that are running here and also using the 6th edition rules. Yes, I call it 6th edition. So we do some of that if you are using it. Usually our DMs are really good with that. Now people ask us too if this is about a campaign. And usually it is, you just keep coming to Dungeon Club with the same characters and it'll feel like a campaign. But otherwise, they're all one shot. So don't have to worry about being missing a weekend or something if you don't get to come and play. But that brings us into our big event that we just talked about. The Quest at the Castle, happening in April.
The Joslyn Castle.
Yep, right here in Omaha, Nebraska. If you, like I said, are in the area, you're going to want to get signed up for this. We've got VIG, very important gamer tickets going on right now. That's for 65 to 35. You can get your standard gamer. You're still important to us, but you don't get the title.
Not as important.
Not as important.
We kind of play favorites.
You're all right.
Still important.
Thanks, but yeah, here you go. But
I thought you were gonna say thanks, but no. Thanks.
no. Thanks, we'll take your money.
No,
come on in.
no.
I'm not gonna do that. Everybody's welcome though. It's gonna be fantastic. So a few things we wanted to cover tonight was about, if you've got any questions, please go ahead and throw it up there. Krista Bolt, how's it going? Good to see you. Oh yeah, well that's right. You sold all of them, huh? All right, yeah. You got to come down Chris, you got to come down to Dungeon Crate. Come to Omaha sometime, and then yeah, you can DM me. Yeah, you can DM us DMs because we like to play too. So yeah, Quest at the Castle. It's happening on April 26th. That's a Saturday. We've got the whole day, so we're gonna go from noon to 6. And the way I've got it broken up is you can register for games in March, but we've got it broken up into the games are going to be from 1 to 3 and 3:30 to 5:30, so that you'll have time to either take in 2 games or you can take in a game. We're going to have open tables and other games. So I guess, what do you want to say about Quest? We've been all through this here, been really kind of working hard along with Lori and a couple other people to really put this together and get this put out there. So if you can, please share it with us. But what is your input on this?
So let's start with the game. So we already talked a little bit about D&D. We're also going to be bringing a game library. Which game shop is sponsoring us for that?
I'm not sure. Do we have a game shop sponsoring us for that? That would be awesome.
know.
We have lots of games here.
Yeah. So we're going to be bringing a bunch of games. So if you
But
don't,
Becky, if you do want it.
Becky, we know you're there.
We know you're
I might be calling you.
Yes.
But yeah, we're planning on bringing a bunch of games. So if you don't have time to sit for a full D&D game, or you need to, lose an hour while you're waiting for your next one to start, you can jump on one of those tables. We'll have maybe, like you said, 3 or 4 tables open for free games.
Yeah, we've got some free games or some tabletop games rolling. We're gonna have, I think, one table that's gonna be up for the 6 hours. All 6 hours, it'll just be a sit down, jump in and play. You'll have a character that'll be there, and then the people, if they dip out, then you can take their place and come in. I think we're gonna try and have one that's just an ongoing scenario, so that if you are new and you didn't sign up for any of the games, you can sit down at this table and learn how to play and get in on that. We also have that one you won't have to register for. So yes, there will be some game tables there that you don't have to register for. You can just show up and you can play. And if you want to play throw burrito or you want to play that, we'll be happy to have that out and have for you. The other thing is too, I want to get a table of Gaslands going, which we have somebody who's going to run that, which is not a registered, actually it might be a registered event. I think we should register it, but it's also kind of a demo because not a lot of people have their cars and not a lot of people have things. So, and it's not fantasy, so it might just be you show up and you want I know it's Gaslands. It's where you turn your Hot Wheels into Mad Max cars.
That's adorable.
And we spent years turning them into Mad Max cars and not knowing how to play the game. So finally, we've learned how to play the game after they came out with a revised edition, for crying out loud. And now I'm just jonesing to play the game. So we've had some Gaslands nights here at Dungeon Crate, which have been really fun. Dusty and I, who's one of the DMs, is going to be down there, are working on an immense Gaslands table. If we get it done in time, that would be a miracle. But we already have some awesome terrain. You bought a train set and everything and all this stuff. So we're gonna Mad Max out a whole train set that will go around the arena.
And I do want to point out, we keep saying tables, but by table we actually mean room. With the Jocelyn Castle, instead of having one big, huge room to play all these games,
like you so often have at these conventions.
Yeah, it's
very common conventions. But with the castle, we have these little rooms. So you're going to be in this gorgeous themed room playing with just your table. So you don't have to shout as loud to hear your actual DM. You can actually set up. We'll have some mood sounds and stuff between the DMs.
Oh yeah, because it's a whole room.
Get the whole vibe.
And everything will be separate as far as that goes. So you'll have your own room that you're playing in on your own table. Just the scenery around there, every room is really immersive. It's super cool.
And picture perfect. Which kind of brings me to my next thing.
Oh yeah.
Is cosplay. Like, this is a great event to come dressed up in your Ren Fair, OC characters, really
Cosplay
anything.
is very,
At least have
your
your ears.
Yes.
But yeah, we were thinking about doing a costume contest as well. You can just show up, and then I think you had a great idea. We kind of wanted to do a secret one, so you can just go about your day doing stuff, and we've got our staff judging you as we do.
We will come to you.
Yeah, and then we want to have the have the prizes and have that going on, and we'll probably make an announcement of when that's going to be while we're there, so that we can get everybody together if they're still there. Most likely they will be. This is kind of the thing where you kind of come for the duration, but. If you don't, we'll let you know. But yeah, cosplay would be great. We've got plenty of stuff. If you've seen any of our socials, look around. We've got lots of stuff to play with and to dress up and to carry. So many weapons, mostly foam. I'm sorry. We can't have the real weapons.
We take up dress up pretty seriously. We will have one room set up just for like photo ops. So we'll have some backdrops as well as, again, the castle's gorgeous. We're definitely taking advantage of that. But we're going to be bringing a prop table so you can have a sword while you take your photo and then go downstairs, play that character, and bring it to life.
Right. And I think we're also, one thing that I'm looking forward to is kind of that our crafting demos and our terrain, tabletop terrain. So if all works out right, Scott Klinger, I'm talking to you, and plus there's a couple other people that are on the line to come and set up a table. I've got, I think, two more. One's going to set up a table, and Dungeon Master, I believe.
Yeah.
So he might have an open game. You won't need to register, but it's going to be like terrain. And then DM Scotty, or not DM Scotty, but Scott Klinger. We've got a separate room on the side that we're going to have, and we're going to just have some of his
Scott's
terrain
builds
up there too.
are amazing. He showcases them sometimes on Instagram.
I hope you could bring him. I hope that he can. Hope they travel. Is what my goal is, that we can get some that can travel so that we can pull this off and have that room set up for that. But then we do have another table
for you guys.
Yes, and gosh, I really wish I could remember who all was involved here. Flip table game, something like that. Dusty's friend as well, and then somebody else that I got turned on to that hit me up on the socials as well, and they want to go ahead and set up not only their table of terrain, but then run the game using all of that. So,
awesome.
And every table like that is going to have some great stuff. If you want to play, this will be the best time to even just jump in, because I think every DM that we have here will be bringing their A game down to the Jocelyn. We'll have some really cool terrain. We'll have some really cool, just immersive set dressings.
Yeah, everyone that I've talked to is like, oh, I want to write the best possible one shot. I want to bring the best possible terrain, and I want to really make this an experience to be remembered. Is what everyone has said, and it's exactly how I feel.
Cool, and we've got like 10 DMs so far.
Yeah, we have 10
rooms that you can register for, and that includes Beast Arena too. So we are debuting our not debuting, we've been working on it for 2 years. But we will have a table set up. Teach is going to have a table down there for Beast Arena. It's kind of a game that we came up with, which is monster on monster battles in an arena full of traps. And we're going to be also playing that down beforehand. We're going to be going to GaryCon, which will be fun. I'll talk about that here in a bit. But we are going to be debuting that there as well. So again, monsters on monsters. If you're a DM or a player that wanted to play a Roper or want to play a Dragon or a Cyclops or something big you've never played, don't know how to play a Unicorn against a Dragon, we're going to show you how, and it's crazy. So yeah, we use the monsters. We're going to have a table for that, and you can register for that in March as well. Just pop in on that, and hopefully you can just be able to see how the demo goes, because Dusty's going to bring all the. We came up with this because Dusty, one of our dungeon masters, has all of the minis, like all the minis. When I say all the minis, I mean all the minis. You think I mean all the minis, but I mean all the minis. All the monster minis with the cards and everything. So we just kind of bring a set of teams and we set those up, and yeah, we get to battle monsters. It was so fun. We were just like, oh my gosh, I never got to play a Chimera before. I never got to throw that against any players with any consequence.
All right,
now,
let's play some Pokemon.
Right? Yeah, basically it's going to be like that, right? Oh my gosh.
Oh, that'd be fun.
So we're looking at that too. We're also kind of going over the idea of having a scavenger hunt there, you know.
Yes, we're still
Forgot
working
about
on
that, but,
the implementation of the kind of the overall scavenger hunt, but there is an idea that we want to kind of have it a meta game, above all the rest of the games, but kind of tied in. So we're still working on bringing that to you.
Games on games.
Games on games on games.
Games inside of games. Gameception.
Right. Everything is gamified. We gamify everything here and there.
So you'll have games, photos, the showcase room,
Cosplay.
and food.
And vendors.
Food vendors. We will be getting who we've approved for our food vendors out soon, so definitely keep an eye on that.
Yep.
We want to make sure that you guys can have snacks and lunch and enjoy the game and not have to actually leave.
Right. So, and also outside, we will have Omaha Kunsteffektens, which is our local HEMA group, historical European martial arts, and that is our longsword fencing group. Now they use longswords. I prefer longsword. They do all different types of weapons using Lichtenhauer. The longsword is Lichtenhauer, so it is more of a fencing group. It is not the rapier fencing, which they also do, but longsword fencing. You want to see how you can go against somebody else with a longsword in a duel. They're going to give demos, and they're going to give classes that you can take right there. Put a sword in your hand, and they'll show you some moves and how that works. Plus, they'll be doing some demos so they can beat up on each other.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get up and get geared up and get myself hurt. But, or not hurt. If you're good, you don't get hurt. But, yeah. So that's all in the works there, too. So that should be an outdoor area that we've got right out front. They've got a great outdoor area at Joslyn. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. And hopefully we're going to be here soon. We'll probably do another video, and we'll put that on our YouTube channel and on our socials. When we go to the Joslyn, we're going to take the staff there. We're going to visit, and we're going to show you some of the rooms that are going to be made available.
Sneak peeks.
Yeah, but I'm hoping this is really going to be something that we can replicate. I wouldn't mind doing it twice a year if it's not that difficult and people dig it. I think it's just a matter of
if we get enough people to come.
Yeah, we got to get the people in. So if you want to sign up for this, go right now. I don't care if you're watching this later and not live, but go right now. And you can go to dungeoncrate.com, and up at the top, you're going to see Quest at the Castle. Click on that. That's going to give you the info. You can click on the little tab for buying your tickets. Go ahead and throw it in your cart, and you'll be signed up. You'll have a badge for you waiting when you get there. And otherwise, come to our other events.
Tell your friends, tell your D&D groups, tell your grandma. You need to call her.
You do tell her more.
So yeah,
get it out there.
help us share the word and get it out there, and help us let people know that this is happening. Again, I don't know if this has been done.
Not just D&D. Like the Midwest has like some board games cons that are fantastic, but I think we're really the first one to really focusing mostly on D&D games.
Yeah.
TTRPGs.
Right.
Yeah.
So and
So that's just focus. And the fact that it's in a castle.
I know. We walk through. We always see those ads on. You always see those ads for D&D in a castle, and that's the thing. You got to fly
the beautiful people and their wonderful, amazing outfits. I'm like, well, I want to go to D&D in a castle.
Right.
So let's do it in Omaha.
Right. And since we couldn't fly there and go do that, we did our own. Darn it.
Yeah.
We did our own. So you're gonna want to come out to this. we are doing lots of other events as well. Every fourth Monday, we're doing we're working with the Backswing Brewing Company down at their tap room down here. We do a night of D&D, and
That's
you
so
can
fun.
come there. It's they got themed cocktails. They've done that for us, and we put on tables, bring the DMs, and roll some dice. And that's every fourth Monday of the month. You can check our calendar, our event schedule for that as well.
And that's nice because it's only 21 and up. So
Mm-hmm.
if the adults want to get away from the kids, this is a great place for that.
Right? Get all juiced up on what do they have? They had
The Mimic
Eldritch.
Candy?
The Eldritch Blast was one. That was good. I didn't have one last time.
They have the one that you like, where it uses like the pea flowers,
Oh,
so it
that's
changes
right.
colors.
Changes color.
That's so
Prismatic spray. That's what that's called.
There you go.
And you get a free drink when you go to this too. So it is a ticketed event. I think it's $25. You can get yourself in the door.
Mhm.
You'll get to be around us, which is worth the price of admission by itself. But we're also going to throw some dice at you and we provide the pre-generated characters. We provide the minis. We even provide some dice.
Not at all.
And yeah, just the awesomeness. We're gonna bring the awesomeness. Becky, hey, how's it going? Thanks for being on.
Yeah, and Backswing really is a great environment to play because they have basically shut down the whole bar for us. Like other patients can come in, but they shut off the TVs and the radios, and it's just kind of we are central to their operation. We're not just kind of stuck off in the corner.
Yeah.
So that's
Right.
been so nice.
And they have food in house.
Yes.
Oh, yes. And we
Pizza.
tried 2 pizzas last time. That's why I didn't have the other ones. Dusty ordered one. I ordered one. Oh my gosh. So yes, you can order pizzas that they're great. Thin crust, crunchy. And they have a special on Mondays where you get 2 pints and a pizza for $22.
That's a steal.
So there we go. So they have food down there. It is again a really cool environment. I wasn't interested in doing games in a bar, having a bar just kind of here, come on, have a table
I've
over
done
there.
it before. It tends to be extremely noisy, and there's a lot of distraction.
Yeah,
But this was nice. We've done it twice now, and it's worked out really well.
yeah. Everybody seems to have a good time. I swear, people are just roaring laughter and just having an amazing time when you were running it last time, and it filled the whole bar. So it was fantastic.
Mhm.
So if you really want to do any of that, join us on the 4th Mondays of the month. You can get tickets, I believe, through our event page. Usually will be a link to where you can go to Backswing, and I'm not sure what they use, Eventbrite or something like that, but you can get their tickets through them. It's not really through us, but we would love to see you there. And we do bring swag for everybody that comes, so you can also get in on that. So, and Lori is doing our moderating. Check it out. Yes.
Thank you, Lori.
Yay, hello. Yes, Becky, though, I would like to see you at some point. I should come out and visit once in a while. Last time I think was Nerdmas. I saw Becky, but yeah, that was it. So that's how. Yeah. So, anyways, we're busy. We own shops. We're shop people.
And we have one more event on the calendar, which is not this Friday, but the following Friday. We're doing a free dice trade. So if you've got dice that's been stashed away, you no longer play with, bring it over, swap with other dice collectors, and get something new without actually spending anything.
Right.
Yeah. If you got a set that you lost the D4 from and you're kind of not so excited about them, well, see if you can swap them for somebody else, or maybe you can find that D4 here.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. And even if you have an unlucky set of dice, just roll like crap, and you really want to just pass that on to somebody
Just
else.
Pass that curse right down
that
the road.
movie. What was the other? Whatever. I forgot
Was
what
that
it
the
was.
ring where you showed somebody at the table?
Oh my gosh, no. Yeah, I think it was that sexually transmitted disease where they passed it on
Well,
and it kept stalking you. Yeah, that's so if you've got the unlucky dice, go ahead and cleanse them first. Bring them into our shop, and you can trade them away. And we should have lots of things. Oh yeah, we have our friend. Yay! Everybody who has been at the shop knows of our friend here. You want to talk about our canine companion?
Yeah.
Or
This is
resident
Skylar.
security.
when you come to Dungeon Crate, you have to pet him.
Yeah.
So he knows that you are a good person. He's
Yeah.
very picky.
Skylar, he wanted to be on the show, so Skylar.
Such a silly boy.
Right. Oh, there we go. Yeah, he's got to be part of that's him.
Oh, stop
Just
shit.
knocking the
Stop
table. He's just gonna knock it. Oh my god.
He's got to be the star of the show.
Yeah. So that's kind of what's going on for our events. Please, again, go to dungeoncrate.com. Check out our events tab. We do actually I do update that every week,
Mhm.
and we're gonna see all of them right there. All the dungeon clubs are there. We ask that you register if you're coming to actually if you want to see, you'll want to register because then we'll say yay. And if you walk in and we don't have a seat, you'll be
Yeah, we do walk-ins, but a lot of walk-ins arrive to find full tables.
right.
Mhm.
So you got to come early and register online, and then you'll know you'll definitely have a seat there.
Yeah.
That said, we just came out with this month's Dungeon Crate. I thought we'd open it up and show
Yeah. let's
people.
do
I
it.
think people should be getting their crates now, but and of course the stuff I want to start with is at the bottom. So we're gonna just take the bottom out first here, mainly because I wanted to show we got some new things happening here with our adventure. So you get your adventure. So this is the adventure this month. It is our start of our hunt board series. So with this one, you get all the hunts right there, and then each one of these cards is corresponding to that hunt.
Show the back as well, because the
Check
back
this
is a full map.
We've got the map and the trackers for that. Oh, it's all backwards so that you can't read it. It's all secret writing. It's all backwards. So this one's got 3. We've got all as well. We have got Here Kitty Kitty. Oh, spoiler alert. But
So are these good for like, is this a whole campaign or is this
No,
good
no.
to like supplement into my campaign?
yeah, these are definitely not campaigns. These are actually how we ended up playing it. We started running. These are based off of our other adventures, and we'll probably recycle some of those. Our random rooms.
Okay.
No, they so random, like we've got, I mean, we can play a one shot here from 1 to 5, but sometimes you just want a quick game, even for like the kids.
Mhm.
We got 1 hour, or we've just got something. So what we'd like to do is we're gonna run 1 to 3 hunts at Dungeon Club sometimes, and they'll be just like what I used to do is I'd put all the hunts. I made a board. I'm gonna ask people to do this too, and then I just cut a bunch of these out, and I correspond them with this and with the other random rooms too. The party comes around, they go, well, let's see this, let's see, and they'll look at their hunt and decide, well, we really need gold, so I think we should do the oh my gosh, 20 gold. No, that's too little. The 50 gold piece reward, and you do that. Well, that could be worth it, or it could be not, or you could get killed. But either way, they're for any system. Pretty much, you can use these for Dungeons and Dragons. You can use these for Shadow Dark, Pathfinder, anything, any type that you would like. I pretty much put the hit points counters general. You can block out ones if there's too many. The other cool thing about these is that not only do you get just your quick little encounter and you get the treasure, but you also get a little section here that lets you make it interesting. So if you guys, if your characters are just blowing through this, like they're a little high level for this particular one, or they're bored, or they just you know, or
You throw in something.
right?
curveball.
You need to beat them down a bit more because they're cocky.
Mhm.
You would just make it more interesting, and that's just it's usually got this four extra things that you can throw in. Usually extra monsters, more gnarly traps, or anything like that, just to kind of mess with them or make it different every time you run it. I've run these things a few times, and it's nice to switch it up. So
Kind of gives the characters a little bit of agency, like they're picking what they want to do.
right, they get to do that, and it's like the little hunt board. That said, also in this one, look
It's
at
a
that.
little hunt board.
It's a tiny hunt board we got, and it's got a little kitty cat on there.
Oh my
But you get a little hunt board in this month's crate to go along with your hunt board adventure.
God.
And once you get done with your hunt, you go back to the tavern, and then you go pick another hunt.
It's even got like little
It's got little
hunts
posts.
on it. Oh my
Yes.
God. That's
Oh,
so
yeah.
precious.
You guys are getting another 50 Years of Fantasy postcard because he's giving them to me. I'm in that, so we sponsored the 50 Years of Fantasy documentary. You can find that online. We helped fund their Indiegogo as well, and they are. Oh yeah, this is actually the grave of Gary Gygax. And I'll be going to Lake Geneva to GaryCon. Yes, in March, coming up quick. Bang-a-rang. What else do we got? This one has a mini.
Oh,
Only this mini is a dangerous one. That's a cockatrice.
a cockatrice.
It's tiny cockatrice. To go along, also, I've been doing some Shadow Dark stuff, so I made a luck token. This one says, you can't read it because it's backwards, but it says, luck it, I'm rolling again. I can't read it without my glasses anyway, so it doesn't
The
matter.
tokens are so nice because like I use my phone for D&D and then I end up forgetting that I have all of these little extra features that the DM gave me. So
Oh,
these
yeah.
are fantastic.
So you can have them laying on the table.
Mhm.
You also get a mystery bag. There's something awesome in this. I'm not going to tell you what it is.
It's a mystery.
It's a dice. I lie all the time. I lie. Oh yes, I'm gonna open this
That's
one.
a good one. That one's cool.
I was excited to find these two.
He-Man's sword.
Yeah, everybody gets a different one or something. We had like there was a series of like 12 different ones. So you'll see this is like a sword, but it's not just a sword. The pen is mightier than the sword, so it's also a pen. So for those of you that get your Dungeon Crate and you're like, what is this for? What do I use? Is Barbie or what? I mean, open it. It's a pen, but Barbie would be rad with this.
Oh my god, it would. I need to make a
What about the
Barbie.
new barbarian warrior Barbie?
Barbie berry.
Why don't they have a barbarian?
All right, so watch the calendar.
Barbarian.
We might be making Barbies.
Might be making Barbies. Oh, can we put like just outfit them with all sorts of
Yes.
fur and stuff? Oh, and then we've got, of course, another mystery bag, mystery dice. So you get a full set of dice in this month's crate as well. And that's all she wrote.
Yeah.
Boy, let me see. I got all these treasures back
these
in
ones
here.
already went out. What
Mhm.
happens if people still want to get this?
They
this bigger
can,
box.
usually what we have online, you can go to our online store. We are open 24/7 online. And you can order previous month's boxes. And so you can go up there. Oops. Yeah, I should put all of it back in for that person. But yes, you can go online and you can purchase Dungeon Crate singles. And we've got to put these ones up yet. We don't put up the current month during the month, mainly because that's the benefit of being a subscriber. If you're a subscriber to Dungeon Crate, and this is going on our 10th year. Can you guys believe that?
10 years.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Woo,
Wait,
woo.
did it work? Did you do that?
I did something.
Yeah, and it made a thing made
It
a
did?
thumbs up. Yeah. Unless somebody gave us a thumbs up, I think it made a thumbs up right over your head. So yes, if you'd like to, you can. If you're not in the Omaha area, you can still subscribe, but you can also pick one up pretty much every month if you just come to the store, which would be awesome. Yeah, 10 years. We were the first RPG loot crate on the market 10 years ago. Well, 9. It's coming on 10. I actually started a company at the end of
That's
this year.
impressive.
But yeah, we were the first one. I went to Gen Con, came back. I loved the vendor floor, and I was just like, I want loot crate. I want a loot crate that does D&D stuff.
Mhm.
And I couldn't find one. So how the story goes, we made one. And we started off, 10 years ago, still doing the same kind of stuff too. We basically just do accessories. We switch over, we kind of shipped all over the world. There are less places we can ship now. We're pretty much staying around the continental US. Canada takes a little bit longer, but they're going to start tariffing Canada, so we might have to pull that. And same with Mexico. Here's my face telling you why my non-political face is.
We don't
Yeah,
have opinions at all.
yeah,
No.
not at all.
No opinions.
But I really want a sword or an axe right now because that would really let loose a lot of frustration.
Barbarian.
Right? What is up, barbarians? I'm talking to you. All right, but yeah, so okay. Whew. Political rage aside, if you want to sign up for it, if you're not in the Omaha area, you can do so at dungeoncrate.com. We put these out every month, and we'd like to ship one to you. Actually, we'd like to ship a lot to you, so do that. Other exciting news: last month they got a whole one of these. Look at that. A whole booklet, a whole zine of Righteous Vow. This is a Shadowdark zine that I'm a part of. My buddy Bill wrote this, and I got to edit it, and Lori got to edit it, and then it got put out. This was a successful backer kit. Part 2 is coming out, not part 2, but the second one. It's about twice the size. That's coming out the end of this in March, I believe.
No.
And
Now
that's-
remind me, this is not D&D. This is a different table.
Yeah, this is Shadowdark.
Sure. And what is Shadowdark?
Shadowdark is cooler D&D. Yeah.
Tell me how you really feel.
Shadowdark is brand new. Actually, Kelsey is the name of the gal who made this. She used to work for Wizards Coast, from what I've heard, and came up with a kind of an old school type of RPG. It's based off of D&D, so
Okay.
it's like the stats are the same. A lot of the mechanics are the same. They just have mechanics that they don't use a ton of things. Kind of like we were joking about the other night, where you're gonna go walk in, you got to roll to check this, and then I'm gonna try to do strength. I got to roll a strength. I got to roll it. There's none of that here. You just kind of do things.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit easier. It's probably it's great for kids to get into. For me, it's twofold. It's great for kids to get to learn how to play a role playing game because the rules are they cater themselves to people that are, like my guys, which we only play D&D a couple times a month, and they don't even think about D&D after they leave the room. So they're not buying the books or anything. They don't care about the rules or building up a big old long character. But they do care about when we changed over to Shadow Dark. It went a lot faster, just for us by the way we play. So it's great for kids to get to learn. If they want to get more involved in like have different classes and different subclasses and all this other stuff, then yeah, Dungeons and Dragons, especially the new 6th edition coming out, will be perfect for them if they're under 50. So, but yeah, so the Shadow Dark, fantastic. I've written some modules about it. We've got them here. They're online. But you can, it's a lot of our tokens we have. I've been making some luck tokens, kind of like Pogs. I just want to have a collection of different luck
Just
tokens.
trying to reclaim the Pog.
Yes!
Feeling.
I did. I never got to play Pogs. I was older, and I thought that it was super fun and cool. They were kind of collectible, like marbles. It was like the new generation's marbles. You collected marbles. And you got the super Pogs. What are those called? The thumpers. Yeah, you can trade those, and if you won somebody, you take their Pogs. You get their Pogs. Yeah, come on. It's a collectible tokens.
I was Pokemon generation.
I know. I never got into that either. Don't know what all that fuss is about, but I wouldn't mind if all the Pokemon people came over here too to do that. That would be awesome. I see them all up and down Benson, and they're totally catching them all.
So we need to get a Pokemon Go stop here. How do we do that?
I have no idea.
I don't know. Do you need to
Pokemon Go find
or
out.
something?
All right, adding to my to-do list.
To-do list, yes. So yeah, Dungeon Crate, Righteous Vow, Quest at the Castle. What
Backswing
else?
Brewery.
Backswing Brewery. We got Tales. That's Tales at the Tap Room if you see it on there.
Dice trade
Dice Trade.
next week, not tomorrow.
Yep. And coming up soon, we are going to schedule, and again, Friday. You guys don't forget about Friday. There's a game Friday. Don't let John sit here lonely and sad, crying in his dice tray because you guys didn't show up for a Friday game that everybody's been wanting to do. I can't be here, Bart. I got other things. I'm not even going to be here. I mean, it's hilarious. But you want to do it this. Bree's going to be here, which is better than me being here. So there you go. See, I so wanted you guys to be here. I had Bree coming in just for you.
One last thing to talk about and maybe announce is the masterclass.
Yes. Upcoming events that we are planning. James, take it away. Tell us about the Dungeon Masterclass.
Yes, so I am teaching a Dungeon Master class, which will be a once monthly class, which would be an evening time slot, open to Dungeon Masters who are established, open to people who have never DM'd before but are looking to take that next step in their gaming. And we will be covering an individual topic each month, and then we will be kind of opening it up so that we can all share in each other's different knowledge and resources, and really try to elevate our games together. So we're going to be covering those basic dungeon mastering skills, as well as kind of going beyond the surface level and deep diving into some of these some of the maybe issues that D&D has, and maybe how to correct and get around some of the pitfalls that a lot of DMs run into. Really come and benefit from years and years of
knowledge and experience of all the different types of versions of the game that are out there.
I believe we don't have a solid date, but our first one is for next month.
Yeah.
So it should be on the calendar soon.
Well, hopefully, yeah. I'm gonna be gone some of that too. So if we do another day when I get back from Gary Con. All right. Gary Con is like the middle of the month, man. But the Dungeon Masterclass was an idea that we wanted to bring across because we've got a lot of people that wanted to get into dungeon mastering and didn't really know how, or they wanted to become a better, just a better presenter of the game. So some of the things we're going to cover are not only going to be just about how to run the game, but what are some tips and tricks and things that you can learn that are easy to make the game, from everywhere from prep to handling problem players to thinking on the fly and improv, and when not to use your terrible English accent. But always use it. Is that the answer? So things like that we want to really bring across. And the one thing I'm excited about too is that I don't know if we're doing this every time, but we had this idea of doing a Dungeon Master roundtable game. So everybody's playing the game. We have one Dungeon Master, and we play for 15 minutes. And then ding, and then everybody gets up and switches. So everybody switches characters. A new Dungeon Master sits down and runs a scenario.
So that scenario is great for someone who has never DM'd
Yep.
before, so maybe even someone who's never played D&D before, to get reps of actually sitting behind the screen with a table full of players who are fellow dungeon masters and understand the pitfalls and maybe the emotions that are firing in your brain.
And then we're gonna mess with you. We're
Yeah,
gonna
and
be
then we're
getting
gonna-
up, walking away, spinning our dice, just not paying attention.
Exactly.
And how do you? So I mean, the thing is there's a lot of people that say that I want to DM, but I'm scared of DMing, or I've got a group, but I've never DM'd. Like it's too much. You have to do all this prep, all this work, all this stuff. But we can show you how to just get in. So we're going to cater not only to people that know how to do the prep and have done all that already, but they just want to get a little bit more like, here, I need some tips on how to handle, say, initiative better, or handle this better, or whatnot, or maybe crafting my story a little bit better, rather than saying, okay, find a hall, here it is, go roll. So instead of it being a video game, you're actually you're the orator, you're the one that's telling the story. And you don't have to get so into it that you're gonna win an Oscar or anything. You just got to engage the players, get the players laughing, get the players involved in their characters, get the players paying attention. But there's a lot of things that you can do that are fairly simple tricks that you can use to do that. So I think I'm looking forward to not only the round table and doing more of that, but just kind of getting all that information out. A lot of stuff that we make here at Dungeon Crate and what we put in the crate is designed for Dungeon Masters. The adventures, the different tokens, we've got all sorts of the death tokens, the blood splatter markers, things like that are all just things. Inspiration tokens, notepads that we've got, character sheet notepads and hangers, trackers and things like that. Those are all there to help the DM. So I'm hoping that this, and I think we're planning on each one. We can have like a different thing. If you take the class multiple times, you're going to get multiple different master classes on that, because I would love to do one on dungeon drawing, kind of map building, that kind of thing. World building,
absolutely.
World building would be a great one. Even doing a dungeon master writer's class.
Yeah.
So if you want to write a good adventure, what makes a good adventure? How do you become a better writer? Because a lot of times these dungeon masters they will get some things to supplement. They're either going through the big book things, the big books, or they're going through a module, or they're making their own, and that is something that might help get you.
Yeah, and each one of those has pros and cons.
Yeah, and so you know when to use them.
The first topic that I'm going to cover is how to prepare for a session for an ongoing campaign. So you're in session 7 of your campaign. Okay, well, your session last week is ancient history. You don't remember what the heck you did. You don't remember what you gave to your party. I'm going to be leading the class on how to prep for that next coming adventure, and to make a replicable kind of checklist that you can do to make sure that your game stays consistent in its quality all the way through.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is something that you've learned too from doing these different events, and also running games for other people at their place, because it's not the campaign. You're going to run that same exact adventure at this other place, maybe another shop, and you're going to have another group going through it for the first time. So if you've got that one planned, and you can plan it the same exact way every time you do it, and then apply that to the rest of your the games and groups that you do. So I think it's going to be exciting to get people involved in that. Even if you're not a dungeon master, you're just looking into becoming one or getting interested in that. Go ahead and take this class.
Or maybe you want to meet a new dungeon master, so
Right.
you want to come to where they all hang out.
Right? And you see how cool we all are. So much cooler in person, in real life. No, but so Dungeon Master class. I'd like to do some more terrain building classes. I have some CD terrain that I make that is quick terrain builds. You can walk away in one night with a piece of terrain. We build it on a CD, actually, an old CD. I have lots of CDs.
Recycle,
reuse, yes. And so we're going to be doing classes like that if we've got good interest for it and people are wanting it. So yeah, summer's coming, everybody. So keep an eye out on all of our events. Again, Benson First Fridays, once summer hits, they've got the outdoor market. We're also going to have our markets going on here. And then everything else is happening between March and now. We're going to be 3 weekends of Ren Fair. We've got that coming up. Pirate Fest is coming up. We said we're going to be doing OpCon this year. We're doing that.
That's in July 5th and 6th.
It's in July. So you'll get a lot of information on OpCon at the Castle event too, because they'll be there too. So And hopefully we can, like I said, I want to get regarding the castle. I want to get a bunch of other people involved. So Becky, I'm going to hit you up at Game Shop. We want the Game Shop to represent down at the Joslyn as well. And yeah, so otherwise,
Yeah.
I think that's it for
it.
now. I suppose I'd like to do this game some more.
Yeah.
If you guys are joining us, so.
Hopefully we'll be able to announce like what food vendors we're gonna have and some more actual details.
Yeah, still working on that. I got some information back, so we're working on it. We're kind of like working on it.
It's gonna be picky.
It's gonna, yeah, you got to be, and you know, for the food there too. One note is that they're just gonna.
Mhm.
There's only gonna be a certain amount of time. It's from noon to 6. Games start at 1, so
Yeah.
we'll work out when
That's
they're
right
gonna
on.
be there. But yeah, so we'll keep you updated all about Quest at the Castle. Go to dungeoncrate.com right now. Hit that button up there and grab your ticket for this April 26th. Otherwise, come out to the shop if you want more information or you just want to hang out with some cool nerds. Come out to Dungeon Crate 6404. It's right there up on your screen. Maple Street. We're going to have dungeon clubs rolling Saturday and Sunday. And then if you've got something going on, oh gosh, Underdark is going to be here too
Ooh,
Friday night.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be hopping
Friday's
Friday
gonna
night.
be
It's going to be hopping.
packed.
Yeah. So,
Come hang out.
yeah, come hang out. Underdarkers. Hey, yes, it's birthday time. They're having a birthday party.
Nice.
So we're gonna have that going on too. So if you want to just hang out, come out on Friday, come out on Saturday, come out on Sunday. Check out Dungeon Crate and everything we've got here, and then play some games, roll some dice with us.
Mhm.
Do you guys have any balls coming up? 'Cause
No,
they do
that's not
balls
yet.
around. They do balls. They're the kind of dancing dress up balls.
Formal balls.
Formal balls. Dress. They call them fancy dress parties.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes, and those are. You guys, what was the last one you just did? A dragon one?
The vampire
The-
balls.
We did the,
Oh, the vampire.
Yeah, we did our vampire love bites. It was a Valentine's Day gothic theme. And then before that, we did the Game of Thrones Dragon Ball.
Oh, that's
Den of
right.
Dragons.
House of the Dragons, kind of Den of
Yeah.
Dragons. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they already playing all this stuff. So there's not so much to have to put together because it's in a castle already. But yes, we're all excited about this because that's kind of what we do. So
Mhm.
all right. Well, again, we'll see you next time on Dungeon Crate Live and in the store, also live, I guess.
Yes.
So,
Technically.
yeah.
I
All right.
feel alive, I think.
I think we're live. All right. My name is Wayne,
I'm Bree.
I'm James.
and we'll see you at Dungeon Crate if I can figure out even how to turn this off.
Oh, God.
We have no idea how to turn it off.
We're total professionals.
So- There we go. See. So good to see everybody. Oh my gosh,
Wayne,
it's
you're
so far
ruining
out.
The image.
No, you guys, just turn off your computer now. Quiet.
Sleep.
Everyone go home. Stop. It's over.
Sleep.
There's in stream finally. Why is it way over there? Yes, I want to end.